Hi, this is Netanel, and we're starting a teaching on the New Jerusalem. And the earthly Jerusalem is a blueprint or a shadow or a type of the heavenly Jerusalem. And that's what I want to point out today. We're standing right here in the valley of Ben Gehinnom, or Tophet, right below us. And right in the background there is the Mount of Olives. And this is also the Mount of Corruption. And to our left up there we have the walls of the city in Jesus' time. The walls of the city. So we're outside the walls of the city. So Tophet is called burning. It's a type of hell. And let's read about hell in the book of Isaiah. It says, Tophet, which is right below me, has been prepared a long time ago. Its fire pit has been made deep and wide. And the breath of the Lord is like a stream of burning fire, which sets it ablaze. This is a type of hell. And hell is adjacent to the city. It's right close to the city. And by the way, the Mount of Corruption is right behind us, where the Mount of Olives is. And when the kings of Israel went astray, they built idols to the gods of Molech, to the Baals, to the Astaroths up here on that mountain. And there came a king of Judah by the name of Josiah. And he made a covenant with Yahweh, and he smashed all the altars that were on this hill, and he threw them into this valley here, which is Tophet, which is a type of hell, which is a type of burning. And we know that the devil and the false prophet will be thrown into this lake. So what I'm pointing out here is just how close hell is to the city. The city is right here on the left hand side, the walls to the city. Hell is down here. And also, when you read in the book of Isaiah 66, it says God is creating a new heaven and a new earth, but he says they will go out and look upon the dead bodies of those that rebelled against me. Worms will eat them. The worms that eat them won't die, and the fire that burns them won't be quenched. In other words, and they will be loathsome to all mankind. In other words, here again, hell is right adjacent to the heavenly city. They just need to go out of the city, and here they see hell and the burning and the suffering. So the earthly is a blueprint and a type of the heavenly. Here we have the walls, and here we have hell down here. But the Bible in Revelations teaches us how to get out of here and get into the city. And there's 12 gates by wherein we enter into the city. And also we have to first of all wash our robes so we can have access to the tree of life, and then we enter into the city. Note the steps here. We have to wash our robes in the blood, then we have to have access to the tree of life, and then we have to enter through the gates. So I want to teach about the way to get into the city. There's another way that you don't think about. It's about the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. Not the fruit of the tree of life, the leaves of the tree of life. And I want to start a teaching about and show you what the meaning of the leaves are. We look at Revelations 22 and verse 14, and we see a new heaven and a new earth, and we see the new Jerusalem, and then we see the nations still need to be healed, and they need to eat leaves to be healed. What's the meaning of this? I thought everything was perfect. I thought everything was finished. But now the nations still have wounds. They still need healing. And they have to eat leaves to be healed. We have to learn that the book of Revelations isn't always in chronological order. And that's something that you'll understand a lot as we go further into these lessons. But I'm giving you the introduction right now, and I'm going to do audio recordings that are going to be a little bit deeper as well. But the first introduction is the leaves, and what I want to tell you right now is a leaf when it absorbs light, it only absorbs red and blue light. It only absorbs red and blue. And when you mix red and blue together, that makes purple. When you go into the tabernacle, Moses' tabernacle, and you look at the garments of the high priest, you always see three colors: red, blue, and purple. And I'm going to talk about this, and once we talk about these three colors, then we can get an understanding of how the leaves heal the nations, and how to get from here into the gates of the city, because we don't want to be stuck here. Right outside the city is hell. Right outside the city walls is hell. This is Tophet, and we have to take refuge in the city. The book of Revelations tells us how. And also in Isaiah 66 is a new heavens and a new earth, and they go out and they see the bodies of those that rebelled against God, and the worms that eat these bodies never die. The fire that burns them never quenches. But we have to take these steps and go into the city gates. Hallelujah. So the next teaching is coming up. This was the introduction. God bless you all from Jerusalem, and thank you, Ariel.